Greetings and salutations, my GH slash General Hospital fans. So, I didn't really take any notes, so I'm just kind of just going off the cuff with this one. Oh, by the way, sorry for the late review. But here's the thing. So I was actually home Friday for it. I got home around like 2 something. So I actually watched it live, but like halfway through. And of course, it was even shown at the bottom that it was going to get interrupted. So like literally 30 minutes in, it gets interrupted by the president's speech or whatever. So I was like, you know what, F it, I'll just watch it. Really? I'll just watch it on Hulu and do a review after that. But then Tom escaped and I had to go to work early, so I was like, you know, I'll just watch half of it and do the review next day. So here's the thing. Not much happened, but a lot happened. So Harmony, you know what, fuck it. This is spoiler alert, but whatever. Harmony Willow's mom is working for Cyrus, and she needed a favor to get on a schedule for early release, and of course it just worked towards his advantage anyway, because then he can actually have something over her. So pretty much she is working for him, and Cyrus, as far as like being the go-between between Jordan and Cyrus. Of course, this way, if anything goes wrong, you can just sit there and blame Willow's mom. Name that I still can't pronounce for some reason. So, okay. See, this is the shit where it's just starting to get really fucking dumb. Okay, first, Nina goes off on her aunt, and of course I'm just like, and one ear, not the other, because one, bad acting. Two, really? This is it's almost like she just wrote her off before she even actually bothered to sit there and think logically. At least Franco actually thought about it somewhat logically, but he was like, oh, well, you're trying to kill me, so we ain't friends anymore. I'm like, really, bro? Really? You know exactly what it's like. Literally, when she said that, when she was like, yo, you know exactly what it's like when, people accuse you of something based on your past. Hell, not that long ago when fucking Ryan Chamberlain was killing people, people went right towards Franco. It was like, well, Franco did it. But now you're gonna sit there and try to act like a dick to her and be like, oh, well, you're a killer and you've been a killer and you knocked me over the head. I was like, really, bro? You used that one time when she knocked you over the head after you literally tried to call the fucking police on her. Where she actually wanted to kill you and not care, she would have just killed you and not fucking care. But whatever. This whole, framing Liesl thing is so fucking dumb. It's so dumb. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's really bad. Because I haven't seen Maxie look that stupid since the last time she tried to, since last time she was going to get married to that guy who played, the original Michael. That redheaded dude. Anyway, she looks like an idiot. Anna looks like a fucking moron, a blind moron that knows what she's doing isn't making any sense, but she's just so desperate to keep Peter in her life and to, right her wrongs that, it's pretty much what fucking Liesl said. Now, here's the thing. Liesl's done some dirt, so it's like, alright, whatever, I get it. It's karma coming back towards you. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just like, she never really paid for the fact that when she tried to torment fucking Peter for that long. So now I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, I'm kind of feeling a little less sorry for you. So yeah, Harmony's working with Cyrus, and Jordan's sitting there trying to act all tough and stuff like that, and she's always like, oh well, why are you working for him, and this is wrong, and I want to see this, and I want to do that. And I'm like, wow, you still think I was like, wow, you are one delusional ass woman. you still think you're in control. You still feel like you can give demands and orders and shit. I want to see an update on my son every hour. It was like, and if he says no, then what are you gonna do? Then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, tough girl? What are you gonna do then? You know, the issue that I have with fucking Jordan is not even just the actress that plays Jordan. It's starting to be just Jordan herself, because she tries to always act like she's so damn tough and she's so fearless and she needs nobody. She can do all this shit by herself, and she pushes away people. She pushes away Curtis, and she pushes away Stella, and she pushes away her son, because I can do this all by myself. And now that she has somebody that's not playing by the rules like Sonny, that doesn't give a shit, that will go after your fucking kids, unlike Sonny, the one guy who can actually go toe to toe with him, you don't want to sit there and even consider it, because it's gonna compromise my principles, and I didn't want to work with a thug. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure you done some sketchy shit in the past, but okay, whatever. Sure, sweetheart, you handle it yourself. Let's see how well that goes. And I'm sitting there thinking, how long is it gonna be? How long is it gonna be before you actually come back to Sonny begging him for his help? But of course, you're gonna make it seem like, oh, well, I shouldn't work with you or some bullshit like that. It's like, yeah, okay, sweetheart, whatever. Just ask for Sonny's help so that way we can move the fucking story along. Yeah, I'm clearly not Jordan's biggest fan. So, last little recap. So, Britt wound up fucking having sex with Julian. And it's so funny. It's so funny because the reason why I find it so funny is because at first she came to the bar and she was all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sit there," like, because she's trying to stick up for her friend Brad. She's like, "Yeah, I know that you helped Brad, hide the baby, and I want you to know that I know. So in case you decide to do something, just to kind of like put fear in them." Of course, that didn't last long because, well, let's be honest. Britt was in prison for a long time. She wasn't really she wasn't really around a lot of men. And, Julian's there, and, I mean, why not? I mean, you kind of just felt like, you kind of felt it a little bit because, he started drinking and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, well, I don't want to have a hangover because I got to see, my mother in prison. But you look good and I look good, so let's just have the good times roll, and that's pretty much what wound up fucking happening. When Willow was like, yo, I just want to thank Julian, before we leave. Like, where is he? And you saw those two cups there. He's like, yep, all right, they're in what does Sonny used to sit there and say? Playing mattress tag. I love their euphemisms and soap operas. They have a couple of them. I just remember that one specifically, mattress tag. I think the last thing that I'll sit there and say, and it pretty much was just like, they were gonna get married. Michael and Sasha was gonna get married, and then Diane was like, nope, that's a bad idea. And they were like, why? And Diane pretty much was like, well, I mean, we know Nell is bad, but you're not really looking so great. I mean, you lied, you committed fraud. You're actually gonna hurt his chances. So, of course, is going to bring me to my fan theory, and I'll put this in my my title. Michael is gonna wind up marrying Tate, because when she was like, "Oh, we need somebody who is very good and wholesome and kind and sweet and is just loving," and I was like, "Yeah, we kind of know who that honor's gonna go to." And let's just be perfectly fucking clear. It's not like Michael actually really has a lot of options. And what I mean by a lot of options, I mean by a lot of options as far as cast goes. I can't imagine who else is he can actually go out with. And to be honest, they're all like, oh, we're gonna try another way, and blah 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 blah. And he was like, you know what? We all know what's gonna end up happening. You're gonna get desperate. You're gonna start to run out of options, and you are going to marry Willow Tate. Like, oh, just a front. It's just it's just a marriage of convenience, and of course that's not gonna last because one thing's gonna happen to the next, and we're gonna have the whole couple switch of Michael with Willow and revenge sex with Chase and Sasha because yeah, not really a lot of options in Port Charles. Um, yeah, and of course, by the way, Michael is probably gonna actually not have a job to go back to because if you recall in the last couple episodes, Ned was like, "Listen, just let you know, I'm back, and I'm back as active, whatever, and I'm back for good, and I'm back as CEO for good." And I was like, "Wow!" And I couldn't even, part of me wants to just say, "Man, that is so fucking dirty." Because Michael came to you and was like, "Listen, I need to take off for a month to take care of my child." Yeah, sure, I got you, buddy. All right, bye. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a permanent gig, and that dude's out, and that's just yeah, he's not gonna miss that chair. But he kept it nice and warm for me. That's literally what he did in one sense. Now I get where Ned is coming from. Let's be very fucking clear. Michael had this whole eco-friendly thing, not working with certain people, and because of that, the profits has not been good. At ELQ, which I'm just sitting there thinking in my head. I mean, I know he's the CEO, but he does still actually have people to answer to. You gonna sit there and tell me not one person was just like, yeah, we should like let him go. I mean, exposure for being green and being a green environment is one thing, but I mean, profits is like, is it worth the good press? How much is a good press worth compared to the bottom line? And listen, I wasn't a fan of the whole him being a mayor thing because I kind of felt like he took a lot of fucking scumbag tactics, and Olivia just backed him on shit that she really shouldn't have backed him on. Shit that Ned was like, listen, if I do something wrong, call me out on it. And she was like, yeah, sure. And then he wound up working with that dude that pretty much caused an earthquake in Port Charles, and he felt bad about it. But then Olivia was just like, "Oh well, it's not really a fault. They all voted for him. We all thought it was a good idea." And I was like, "Oh man, remember when you actually said he was gonna call him on his nonsense when he did something wrong?" Yeah, I guess that plan didn't fall through, did it? But I guess you It's that money is really. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I want to sit there and say she's not really Jenny from the block anymore because she's not. Yeah, she owned a hotel and stuff like that, and that's great. And she definitely got a bump as far as status goes. But when she sits there and talks about how she still cooks and stuff like that, I'm like, you're not Jenny from the block, and you haven't been for a very long time, especially since you're married to the among the richest families in Port Charles. But I digress. Yeah, other than that, there's really not a lot that happened in this episode, except for the biggest thing was Julian banged Britt. Because even that whole, I mean, the interesting part was the fact that Tate's mom, Willow Tate's mom, is not just doing this because he did her a favor. He's doing this because if she doesn't do this, then he can come after Willow and probably get chased in the crossfire. So it's like, you know what? It's better just to play along. And, Jordan's all like, oh, what you're doing is a conspiracy, and it's this, and it's that, and it's third. And I'm like, bitch, you make it seem like she had a choice. Oh, you don't have a choice. What makes you think she has a choice? You're the fucking commissioner and you don't have a choice. But you're going to sit there and start... okay. Anyway, that's pretty much for the review, recap / rant on GH. So thanks for liking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Um, Again, leave a comment in the comment box. Share the video. You know, I want to kind of grow this segment of the channel because I have. If you see my channel, I have different segments and topics and things of that nature, and I do want this to be one of them. Because I enjoy GH in general. I like GH. It's a great fucking show. You know, I kind of just want to show people also, I mean, not really show people, but yeah, I guess show people that women aren't the only people that watch it. And when you know, when a guy watches it, you know, people's like, oh, you watch soap operas. That's so weird for a guy to watch a soap opera. It's like, here's the thing when I look at it. I like a great story and great characters. And it doesn't matter if it's General Hospital, if it's This Is Us, if it's The Flash, if it's A Million Little Things. I'm gonna watch it if it has a great story and great cast and great acting. On top of that, let's be clear on something. Everything's a soap opera. Everything is a soap opera, which is probably one of the reasons why a lot of the other soap operas like One Life to Live and All My Children didn't last because it just became like everything became a soap opera. A Million Little Things is a soap opera. This Is Us is a soap opera. The Flash, all the shows on the CW, even the action superhero ones, are fucking soap operas. So, yeah, I just want to kind of show people, like, you know what, listen, guys can actually watch it and enjoy it, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, like what you like, do what you do, and don't be apologetic or ashamed of it. And that's it. So, catch you in the next one.